Hey guys, Adam Fennig here, Fennig Equipment. You're tuned into the Talking Shed. And today we're going to do a lot of talking about the Salford 5200 Enforcer. It's a tool you've seen a lot of. Larson's are running it. You've seen it. It's a tool that's actually not very new. The 5200 first came out in the 2010 range as a 5100. They made some advancements and it's now the 5200. This tool is designed to be a primary tillage tool. We're replacing disc chisels, we're replacing heavy discs with the 5200. But I want to break down the 5200. I get a lot of calls asking questions about what it can and cannot do and if it's the right fit for you. So I want to talk through this one real quick. Super easy tool to use. You've got your up and down, you've got a center tilt here on this center just to level it out. You've got hydraulic baskets and you've got a wing fold. Super simple tool that you could put anyone in. Once you get a lot of these functions set, you're just going to raise and lower that tool. The design of the 5200 is to be really long. The reason it has to be really long is twofold. Number one, we want to get all that stuff turned over and mixed several times. We want residue at the very bottom of the blade when we're done, all the way up to the top. We want a layered mulch of residue. That is going to allow the microbes and the worms to eat all that residue that we're going to bury down into those tunnels. So it needs to be long so it can throw it this way and this way and this way. That's one reason. Another reason is when we're running a compounded angle so aggressively, we need to be that long so that we don't plug. When we're running in high residue corn and burying that stuff completely, it has to have some place to go. And so we got to stretch these blades out so all that trash can flow throughout the. So we've got a 24-inch blade with a 5-bolt hub. Each arm does have a rubber torsion cushion in here. So these blades do still have that jackhammer effect that we've known to love on our coils as well. So then we go to a notch blade. This one is notched because by the time that dirt gets here, these blades are running in some looser dirt, so they need more surface area to keep turning so that they don't lock up. Again, another row of notch blades, and then out the back we go smooth again. So if anyone has seen the 5200 run, you've seen dirt just boil up over the frame and it's just mixing constantly. There's no other tool that can mix quite like the 5200. Now I get a lot of questions on why don't I just run a DMI Ecolo Tiger or a John Deere chisel or a Case chisel? You can, and that's great. But the advantages here is that we're managing the top 4 to 8 inches of soil. There's no need to go that deep with the shank when you're running the 5200. Not only can that shank bring up dirt that's supposed to be that deep, but also if you're running that deep and you go out there in the spring, it's really soft. Your equipment, your 1790, sinks down into those valleys that those shanks came through and ripped up. You're collapsing that air down into that channel, and all of a sudden not only did you create compaction, but now your field's kind of like this. So that requires you then to that following fall get out and chisel again. So you get into this cycle of chiseling and chiseling out these ruts. But whenever you run the 5200 Enforcer, we're not going deep enough to sink. We're able to manage this residue and mix it and turn everything over to get the cycling effect without losing our bottom. We're going to come in there with that 1790 or that Kinsey, whatever you're running, and we're going to be able to float. We're not going to sink. So then we don't have the compaction. We don't have the need to chisel again that fall. We can do it all with the 5200. That's a lot of the mindset behind the 5200. Then we've got, of course, our 3 rows of coil tine Harrows. You always see that. Those are designed to level. They are adjusted right here. You can adjust the tension or how relaxed they are depending on your residue. And then nothing new again, 14-inch hydraulic basket. We have it hydraulic for a couple reasons. Number one, we can maximize our down pressure, get those clods sized up, get that residue firm down into the soil so it doesn't blow on days like today. But then also, if you get into a wet scenario, which we know we will, it will rain eventually, you can raise these baskets up in the air in case you run into a problem. That's the 5200. This is a 22 footer. They do take some serious horsepower, anywhere from 450 to 550 on a tool like this, depending on what you're doing with it. So that's a deep dive into the 5200 Enforcer. If you think it's a tool that fits you, give us a call. We'd be happy to demo.